See the girl with the diamond ring? She knows how to shake that thing all right now.
You're listening to Where You Live with Gene Sullivan.
Welcome back to Where You Live. And Chris, kudos. Great bumper music today. Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm broadcasting from the True North Painting Studios. The show is brought to you by Extreme Exteriors and American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency. As an American Family agent, Kim believes that there's so much more to insurance than the policy itself. It's about providing you with dependable protection and services. Kim believes that trust and credibility can't be demanded. It can only be earned by what you say and what you do. Give her a call at 651-482-1598 and tell her Gene sent you. It's time now to hear from the Minnesota Multifamily Association. The MHA Minute is brought to you by Start to Finish Maintenance Contractors. Start to Finish provides 24-hour service for all your home and business maintenance needs. Call Start to Finish at 952-259-1219 for your home, for your business, for your peace of mind.
If you're renting out a property for the first time, there's a lot you need to know so that you can do it successfully and, frankly, keep yourself out of trouble. Luckily, there's a statewide resource with all the tools you need to run your new business successfully. In fact, the Minnesota Multi-Housing Association regularly holds a seminar called Accidental Landlord, specifically designed for people who are renting out a property for the first time. They also have residential leases, security deposit agreements, a lead disclosure, and lots of other forms. They even have brochures on the principles of successful property management and the eviction process that you can download for free. So if you want to know more about the Accidental Landlord Seminar or other classes about owning, managing, or maintaining anything from a single unit to a growing apartment portfolio, visit the Minnesota Multi-Housing Association's website, mmha.com. That's two M's, mmha.com.
In our last segment here, just like to let you know, if you're just joining us, we're doing trash talking, actually, with two people from Randy Sanitation, Executive Vice President Jim Wolschlager, and also Key Accounts and Sustainability Manager Dave Hepfel. They're talking about organics, organic recycling, or compostables, right? I got that word right.
Yep.
We're a good chunk of what we know is just that putrefying, smelly stuff. That's really the heavy stuff in trash, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Whenever I do an audit, the first thing I do is take a look at when you take trash, a hauler takes trash to a landfill or the incinerator, it gets weighed. And that the customer or the hauler has to pay per ton to get rid of trash. The majority of the weight in a trash load is organic waste that can be diverted.
Okay, so that's good. So we were talking about, Jim, at the last segment here about how this is cost effective. That's a very real way. If you're taking a lot of the weight, then you're taking away a bunch of costs that you have to have. And so that means you get to pass it along to the client or customer. What kind of savings have some people seen by going through a program like this?
Well, typically a typical family home would be able to reduce their trash cart size by at least one level by removing the organics. Okay. But the funny part well, I shouldn't say the funny part, but the kind of the cool part of the organics program is once people are involved in it and do it for a time and they understand exactly where that, where each commodity goes. This is going to go in the recycling, this is going to go in the organics, and this is going to stay in my trash. They look at things differently when they shop. When they're walking through the grocery store, they're thinking about that when they pick something off the shelf. You know what? This packaging is not going to be recyclable and it's not going to be compostable. I'm going to set this down and grab something different. So you not only see the fact that they shift from trash into the organics, but they generate less trash to begin with. And in the organics, when you look at the waste stream, almost 50% of the waste stream can be composted when you can consider the organic waste plus the soiled paper products. And with our program, Blue Bag Organics, everything is put in a blue BPI certified compostable bag. When you think about that, 7% of the waste stream is plastic bags. Yeah. So for every time you take that 11-cent plastic bag and set it aside and use a compostable bag from Blue Bag, put your organics in there and send that off to the compost plant, That's one less plastic bag.
Even the bag that we're talking about that you use is something now. You mentioned that's proprietary with you guys too. Isn't
We've designed it, and it's available to anybody. Any of the other haulers are free to use it. As I said, we just got back from a trip to the East Coast and met with 3 different a community of counties out there, and a hauling company, and so yeah, it's available across the country.
And a lot of thought's gone into the bag too, even how it's designed. Talk about that a little bit. I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of smaller at the bottom. Is that correct? And a little bit.
The star sealed, yes.
Yeah.
It's star sealed to put the weight of the material to go up the side of the bag. The star seal gives it a durability on the bottom, i.e., coffee grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a quick story of where this came from. We visit with our, as I mentioned, our contract communities once a year typically, and I was in Maple Plain, and there was somebody there, and we were talking about the organics program and how much they enjoyed it, and there was a guy there from the street department, and he said, I really love that program, but geez, it involves having another truck come through our cities to pick up that organics. And I finished up with my meeting, but I thought about that on the way home. And in visiting with other communities, I realized, they really don't like having that extra truck. And so started thinking about how we could co-collect the organics with another part of our collection system. And the idea of Blue Bag was born at that point, and we designed the bag to actually be collected with the trash.
Okay.
So you put your organics in the bag, tie it closed, put it in the trash, and when we get it back to our facility, we pull those blue bags out.
It's easy. Okay. And
Yeah.
so, but you still require the person to have an extra bin for just the compostable recycling, correct?
Yeah, you can use, we offer a 32-gallon bin with a 32-gallon bag, or else we have the 13-gallon bags that just go right in your tall kitchen liner, and when it's full, you tie it up and put it in your trash can.
Oh, okay. So they can just put it in the regular trash can. They don't need another trash can in the garage.
No, they don't.
So they've got one for recycling, one for trash, and these compostable bags can go in there.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, well, that's great. Now, how about tell me a little bit about the time it takes. I mean, the people are need to take a little bit of time when they do this, because if I was reading some of the things, for example, staples have got to come out. You've got a milk carton that can go in, but the plastic cap can't, right? So there's a little bit of work that folks are going to have to do.
Right, and to give you an example, we just did a waste sort on 3 tons, over 6,000 pounds of this material, and it had less than 2% contamination in 6,000 pounds. It was about 87 pounds of contamination in over 6,800 pounds of material. So people do a really good job of sorting that material, making sure that there is no contamination. People who do this are compassionate. For example, that plastic bag that you put in your trash and it goes off to the landfill, plastic is designed to degrade in sunlight, and when you put it in the landfill, there's not a lot of sunlight. So hundreds of years from now, that plastic bag is still going to be in that landfill. When you replace that plastic bag with a Blue Bag compostable bag, that's gone in 45 days.
Okay.
So
now, we're running out of time. It's man, the time just flies. But we've got about a minute left. Now, there are a number of people listening now today, I know, that are going to say, hey, I'm interested in finding out more about this, because this is not just for single families or multifamily properties. We're talking commercial, corporations, schools, churches. What do people need to remember, and who do they need to contact?
Well, they certainly can contact Dave in our operation. Hennepin County does a really good job of promoting organics. We have, Cargill, Best Buy, IKEA, all of those are our customers that are part of that. If you look at Linden Hills Power and Light, Felicity Britton does a nice job down there working with her association and on organics. So there's a lot of people that feel passionate about this and do a good job of promoting it.
Okay, and what is your website address if people want to look more, because you've got other things that are...
Sure. You've got bluebagorganics.com. They can go directly there, or randysanitation.com will link you to bluebagorganics.com as well.
And for the folks that are still old-fashioned and want to talk to a human being, what's the phone number?
763-972-3335 will get you right into our office.
Okay, all right. Well, it looks like that's all the time that we have for today's show, so I want to Thank our guests, Jim Walschlager. Jim, thank you.
Thank you.
And also Dave Hepfel. Dave, thank you. And folks, have a great rest of the weekend. Look forward to seeing you here next Saturday on Where You Live.